David, let's talk a little bit about Cosmos. So we talked about Solana and their airdrop, but we also said that the Cosmos community is getting some sort of a new token. Tell me about this. I used to be pretty active in the Cosmos community back in the day.
Yeah, so Cosmos is entering its Blocksize Wars era. Blocksize Wars is this era in Bitcoin in which there was this civil war between the big blockers and the small blockers. And it fractured into Bitcoin and Bitcoin Cash. It was the largest split of Bitcoin ever. And Bitcoin Cash was decently relevant for a while, and it's just slowly faded off into irrelevance.
Can I ask you something about this? But so when you say the block size wars, it wasn't just about the size of blocks, was it? It was about something a bit more fundamental in terms of what Bitcoin was supposed to be. Was it supposed to be this store of value asset? Or was it supposed to be this kind of payment network?
That's exactly right. Yeah.
Is Cosmos actually having a war of block size, or is it about some fundamental philosophical divide here?
It's a philosophical divide. It's not about the size of blocks on the Atom chain, but it is about what is the identity of the Cosmos hub, the Atom token. And so it's kind of the fractal equivalent, right? And so it's not about the size of blocks. It is about the moneyness conversation though. So the block size wars for Bitcoin was small blockers are Bitcoin is a store of value, and big blockers are Bitcoin is a payments network. Store of value people won, payment networks is Bitcoin Cash. That's completely relevant now. Cosmos is entering a similar phase in which the token of Atom, it's what is the purpose of Atom? Is it meant to secure Cosmos, or is it the money of Cosmos? And this is the divide that is happening right now in Cosmos. And there is, unlike Bitcoin, there is a on-chain voting for Cosmos. So we actually get to see these votes show up and take place. And that vote did take place. And so the question is the Atom token good collateral for DeFi, or is it meant to only serve the security of the Atom hub? And this was the vote that happened. And this is a question of inflation. How much do we inflate the Atom currency? And so this vote went through to cap the inflation of Atom at 10%. Right now it's at about 14+%. And the vote was to lower inflation and to cap it. So it only inflates so much over time at 10%. That vote went through and passed. And so not by a crazy amount. There was a clear division in the community. It was 41% supported it and 32% voted against it. So
that's really close.
A clear victory that shows a very strong division in the community, right? And 80% of the validators participated. It wasn't binary. And so now Atom, the token, will be capped at 10%. What does this do? How do we analyze what this means for the Atom ecosystem? Here's something that was helpful to analyze this. People out here are thinking that lower inflation equals less supply equals higher Atom price, and they are voting yes. The other camp is saying lower inflation doesn't affect price and are voting no. Meanwhile, traders big and small are oh, yield is going down. Maybe I should move Atom into DeFi. Atom liquidity goes up, Atom DeFi strategies become more reliable, and DeFi protocols start earning more revenue. Basically, lowering inflation takes away Atom from staking and incentivizes it to be more productive in DeFi because they are lowering the productivity of Atom as a staking asset because yields are lower.
It's becoming more like money.
It's becoming more like collateral.
Ethereum has gone through this. Remember, minimum viable issuance, right? Decreasing the issuance all the time until we kind of put a permanent monetary policy in place that is based on demand for block space and the amount of staking, and turned Ether into a much more of monetary type of unit that accrues value. And a similar type of conversation is happening in Cosmos, right?
That's exactly right. Jay Kwan, who is the founder, one of the main core founders of Cosmos, wrote the Tendermint white paper, built IBC. He is not pleased. So this is the Satoshi, if you will, the original inceptor of Cosmos, so the guy, and is I don't agree with this vote. My
understanding too, David, is he's been kind of checked out of the Cosmos community for the last couple of years. He's been kind of on the periphery, not as actively involved. So that's some other context going into this, I believe.
Sure. So Jay Kwan says, despite the vote passing, which is something not too surprising, it would be good to know whether the later votes came from newly purchased Atoms or not. Now, let's coordinate a split, he says. He's
wow.
Yo, that's great for you guys. You guys do you. I'm forking. And so Jaquan is going to fork Atom, and now there's going to be Atom 1, like Atom number 1. As in, they're going to make a new Atom Cosmos hub, and it's going to be the one that doesn't support Atom as money and instead optimizes for chain security by issuing high yields, high inflation for Atom holders who stake, which is how you get high security.
I don't understand how that gives you high security, though.
Because it incentivizes all the Atom to stake to the Atom hub.
Yeah, but if the value of your Atom is lower, then the economic security is lower.
And that's why we are ETH maxis, brother.
I mean, it's just, this is an argument we've had for a long time in crypto.
We've done this before. That was
many times.
All of last cycle.
Bitcoin did this. Ethereum certainly did this. And the core argument was, if you are a layer 1 and you're trying to optimize for security, economic
comes
security,
from money. Yeah.
Then what you have to do is also, if you want to fully optimize for security, you have to fully optimize to have your layer 1 assets be a monetary instrument and be a money. And actually, that's one of the things that kind of pulled me away from the Cosmos community. Is I was just like, I don't understand how atoms accrue value in this world. And
because y'all keep on inflating it into infinity. Inflating it 14% a year, bro.
Well, the answer was always, it's not money, it's something else. And what is moneyness really anyway? And if we need money, we'll just import Bitcoin into our system. And like, if you do that, you won't have economic security to actually support all of the things that you... it was just a circular argument. And it sounds like now the debate is being settled the crypto way, which is fork choice. You get to decide. So I haven't seen a good old-fashioned fork in a very long time, David.
This is a good
Remind me what happens.
Yeah.
All right,
okay.
I have some Atom tokens. Do I get Atom 1?
You get Atom 1. If you are an Atom token holder, your blockchain is just going to split in two. The historical state will be copied, and then you'll have both Atom and Atom 1. It should be called Atom 2, but I get it. And so
it's Atom Classic.
Atom Classic, yeah. Jay's vision, yeah. If this fork does happen, you'll have atoms on both chains, and one will have more value than the other. And one
the market will decide.
The market will decide, and one will likely. Jay. I love the philosophy, man, but like, you're gonna lose to money. Like, capital begets capital, liquidity begets liquidity, governance begets governance. Like, you're gonna lose. Like,
well, I just feel like we've seen this experiment play out with forks enough times, and but who knows? Maybe this time it's a little bit different. And the Cosmos community, to be fair, is a little bit different than other communities. So. I don't know, but I'm pretty excited about getting those fork tokens with my Atom 1, and I can't wait to hit sell because it's not money. Sorry, Jay. I mean, Bankless listener, you do whatever you think.
You know our stance on this whole thing. At some point, when do our theses just become just like, if this plays out the way that the Bankless thesis about money and layer 1s plays out, I declare that it is no longer a thesis and it's just correct.
No, we're going to retest that every single cycle. We're going to, for infinity cycles. We got to retest all our assumptions every single cycle.
If you enjoyed all of that, then you'll absolutely love the Bankless newsletter. Join over 300,000 fellow readers, all for free. Click below to sign up.